Alright, hello everybody, this is beau-hindman for massively.com, and what we're going to be looking at today is actually, one second, I'm going to get something real quick. I left my tea there. You guys just entertain yourself for a second. Alright, just pretend that didn't happen. Basically my tea was boiling over, so that's always good. I had to stop that, I forgot all about that. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Chat room, if you have any questions, let me know. This is a game called Castle Empire. Castle Empire is a new game made by Ubisoft, by the makers who made the Settlers quite a while ago. It's interesting. It's hard to say exactly what it is. I cover MMORPGs, and this is a little bit more. It's pushing the edge of the MMORPG, I believe, because I think what happens is each person has their own island here, their own area, and you can see how big it is. And you're kind of instanced, but you can, I believe, attack each other and visit each other and stuff like that. So it's kind of the persistence that we're looking for in how we define an MMO. You know, it's there with your island, but I don't necessarily know that it's there. You know, you know, like a persistent world where everybody meets and stuff like that. But you know, it's kind of, like I said, it's pushing a little bit. But it's still a pretty fantastic game. I played a lot of browser-based RTS-style games. This one, frankly, as you can see from my town, I did the tutorial. Delicious tea. And what happened is I kind of just went crazy and just started building things everywhere. It's not, and now it is in a closed beta, so there is some missing stuff and some features that are missing and things like that. But I did a tutorial, and I think I just kind of skipped past, or I didn't understand exactly what was going on. So I just kind of created things real fast, and I wound up with a big mess of a game. But what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to wreck some of my buildings and kind of start over. I'm going to kind of destroy a bunch and get rid of them. And it's starting to make sense now. Essentially, you start off with this little central mayor's house here. And your mayor's house is kind of the central hub, and then you just kind of, you know, like as you're used to in a typical MMORPG, is you're going to build up buildings, and you're gonna, you know, buildings require other buildings. You're gonna fight. You're gonna build up armies and all that kind of good stuff. But as you can see, you can start running into trouble, like with these bright red exclamation points over these weaponsmiths here, for example. If you click on that, it's missing coal. Now. The coal comes from a coking plant. I go to the coking plant, and it's missing fir, wood, basically. So I've planted some. I've made these firwood foresters, which I guess are supposed to grow fir back, or supposed to you know, replant. You can see the little, I don't know if you can see that in the chat room there, or on the stream there, they're starting to replant trees and, you know, grow back, but I just seem to be running out of firwood, so I'm trying to find some more. Whenever I, excuse me, whenever I try to find a spot, you see, I don't know if you can read that there, they all say 0 fir wood, 0 fir wood, 0 fir wood. The only area right now that I can find that has any wood, I got no wood at all, is down here in this area that, from what I can tell, is part of my territory, because it has the blue liners there. And there's not much firwood, but there's some. So I don't really see how, I don't understand, is that my territory or not? So, you know, what I decided to do is, heck, I'll just try to plant something over there, you know, and see if we can, how about a coking plant? See, nothing's built over. So obviously it's not my territory yet. I've conquered a few enemies, these bandit camp, excuse me, these bandit camps, and I'm wondering if there's one over here that I'm missing, or something that is not opening up this territory. As you can see, it's all blue markers. You know, so I would figure that would be my territory, but I guess not. I think I need to conquer up into this area more. But anyway, again, I'm kind of guessing with a lot of it. The chat room has been, or the chat is right here, and it's been really helpful. People have been giving some nice, not a nature hater, Carol. You know, the chat people, you know, the other players have been really nice with advice and stuff like that. I like the fact that it's really complicated in a way. You have to be careful about what you're doing. But I would like a little bit more explanation. At the same time, I just went for it, and I just started just creating just a ton of stuff. I didn't even really care. I was like, ah, screw it. What's funny is it says I need fur, but I think in my little storage here, oh no, it does say I have 0, so I guess I am out. So I need to find a way to get over here. And I'm thinking what it is that I'm going to have to conquer this area and continue to move up in here. Otherwise, I've sent out, you can have an explorer, or I'm sorry, an explorer, I should say. And an explorer is going to explore different, you know, can explore new areas for you and find new lands. Excuse me, but he's not going to find, I don't think he's going to open up these lands that are already opened up and filled with bandit camps. So if I can get essentially into this area where these clouds are just barely, you know, if I can conquer these bandits and everything like that, I mean, look at all that stuff up there. Or if I can go up north here, there's bandit camps, 60, you know, stuff like that. They're too strong for me right now, but if I can conquer them, there's all this stuff out there. I just don't get, I'm not real sure how if the little planter dude works or what. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, see, and he's got no fur, so I'm thinking of just getting rid of all my sawmills for a while. You know, basically breaking it down to the very bare minimum of what I need, and just pretty much wrecking everything and starting over. I figure the worst that can happen is I would lose some resources, of course, but then I could kind of start over. For example, if you can see this little, right here in the middle, there's this little stone quarry, and to find those you have to send out your geologist. See, so what I'll do is he just found one, so I'm going to ask him to send or to find another stone deposit. So he's going to be sent out. He'll say something here in a minute.
Okay, well,
so there he goes, whatever language that is. It sounds like Simlish or something. And he's going to go out and find another stone deposit for me, and that stone deposit is going to be we're going to take from that one. I've just recently found one up here. Now I'm not sure if I have to build a mason right next to it to continue to, you know, if that helps. I think that spacing, like if you're 1 or 2 spaces away, will actually help. You know, will actually help and stuff. I heard it has. Like all my copper smelters are dead because they're waiting for coke, or for coal, I should say. My coal plants are dead because they're waiting on fir wood, and my fir wood is all chopped up. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking, there's a lot of coking plants taking, so maybe I wonder if I could take all the, I mean, I've got 4, take 2 or 3 down, take down some copper smelters. Let's just do that. Let's just destroy some stuff. Why not? So I'm going to take those 2 down, take down 2 copper smelters. Now, being that it's closed beta, I'm sure there's going to be wipes. This is a good time to experiment. Yeah, and level 16, which is the level I'm at currently, is people have said I'm stuck at level 16, stuff like that. I've heard that level 16 is when the tutorial, quote-unquote, ends. And I've got this last mission that basically says, defeat enemy units in the bandit camps to gain XP. Now, if you can see my little, up in the top right-hand corner here, I've got my little, where's my little magnifier? Oops. Up in the top right-hand corner, let's see. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. Here, because of that. Well, I'll have to readjust it. But anyway, up in the top right-hand corner, you can see my little avatar and stuff like that. He's about a little over, maybe almost 3/4 of the way to the next level, which would put him, what I understand, out of the tutorial or whatever. So right now, I'm just trying to balance everything. I've got too many things going on. But what I did, excuse me again, what I did is I didn't plan enough, and I just, look, I've got everything spread out here. Meanwhile, I see fir trees here, but I just don't see, I don't see them, you know, being available for use. I'm wondering if the fir, see, these equal, they seed, they make a fir tree. What am I missing here? Nothing. So it is actually, so I'm going to wreck one of these sawmills. Let's do that. Why not? And a cutter takes trees and turns them into logs. So let's go ahead and wreck that one too. That's what I'm thinking of too, is to shut down the woodcutters for the night or for a while, and then let the I don't need to destroy them. I guess I could shut them down, couldn't I? Well, that makes sense too. I'm destroying them. I can just stop them, and then let them kind of build up a little bit, because that's just a little bit crazy. I'm getting a little bit. I'm deforesting. I have destroyed my ecosystem with my greed, and it's just a little bit sad. I shouldn't have done that. So we've stopped those. Let's see. There's a sawmill. Let's stop that one. Another cutter. See how spread out everything is? I just kind of plopped it down wherever, which is kind of bad. There's a fisher. Residence. I've been trying to grow my residence a little. Here's a forester. I should plant another forester and let them just keep on growing and keep on growing. You know, I really want to just I just want to succeed. That's all I want. So as you can see, I've destroyed the buildings that were having a problem, and now they're doing better. So maybe that's something. So I think I've expanded the oh, I found a new stone deposit. Where is that? Where is it? I wonder if there's a shortcut to finding a new stone deposit. Like, you know, if I could just go to the dude. Those guys are asleep. That's good. That's not the new one. Where is that, the new one? Oh, that is a new one. Okay, there it is, right there. So I've got these stone deposits that he just discovered that, so they're going to be able to kind of start working on that. But the cool thing about these type of games is I could sit here and literally, now timing is everything, or I should say pacing is everything with a game like an MMORTS. You've got to be careful as a designer, because you can't. It's got to be very specifically. Either it's going to work in 5-minute chunks, or it's going to work in 2-hour chunks, or it's going to work in both. You got to have to be really specific about what you're trying to do. And this one, in some cases, it works, you know, really well in 5-minute chunks. You know, oh my gosh, look at all that stone. You know, you sit down for 5 minutes, you put some stuff on planting or whatever, and I could leave right now and everything would be cool. I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, I just come back later. I left it over the night though and came back and everything had exclamation marks and was messed up. Of course, I think I just had too much going on. So, excuse me. I think the key is with the pacing of this one is that you can play for the 5 minutes here and there, but you have to do some good you have to check that stuff up. You know, you have to check up with it once in a while. Let me shut these down and see if I can't get me some trees and some copper built up, because they're just getting their butt kicked. But you know, the pacing of this game is a little bit weird. I'm used to ones to where you still log in and you still play for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. But in the meanwhile, what you're doing is you're talking to your guild mates, your clan mates, and stuff like that. For, you know, what are we going to do next, guys? Who we're going to conquer? Who are we going to attack? A lot of political fun stuff. You know, you do a lot of that kind of thing. And this one doesn't have that yet. I believe you get more into multiplayer type of stuff later. As you hit higher levels, you can do what they call adventures with other players. Look, check it out. He just planted a tree. Go, boy. That's right. See him right there? I don't know if you can see the little fat man moving right there. It's kind of hard for you to see, but I'm zoomed in all the way. Let's see what he does. You know, but this one, there's not much of that at first, so my avatar is not a monkey. He's a monkey boy. But what you do is you kind of... What is he doing here? Residence. Is he planting over here? I'm going to shut that one down, too. But what you do is you log in and everything like that. You do your 5-minute thing, and then a lot of times you have to log out. Now, a lot of times it can be sitting on the forums or in the chat discussing. I'm wondering what is he doing, discussing strategies and stuff like that. But the timing of this one's just a little bit weird. Plus, it runs in Flash, which is nice because they can do all these nice little animations and stuff like that. But it's a little unfortunate as well because you have to. Because it will only run on certain things, you know, certain what I should say, you know, like your PC, stuff like that. It's not going to run on your iOS device or whatever, like Iliorad, which is built in HTML, will run on anything, which is fantastic. So, and then later you can see the little animated deer and stuff like that. Supposedly those guys could be hunted later when you can make a hunter. I think it's one of the more advanced buildings, stable. I don't know. Every time I hear lazy peon, I think of work. But anyway, so right now I'm kind of in this position where I'm pretty much. Did I shut that one down? I'm shutting down everything. And then I'm going to build up some fir wood, please. Thank you. What is this one here? Coking plant. I'm curious if it pulls at all. What happens when you just shut it down? If it stops, or like, I mean, does it continue to pull resources from? I don't know. Like for example, down here, I planted some. Oh, this is wheat field is exhausted. I planted some wheat fields, and then I realized I had to plant another one, and another one, and then the entire time I thought, oh cool, I'm making the materials I need. But what I actually didn't realize is that the farm actually creates wheat, and the wheat field is, I guess, takes the wheat into the. So you need the farms from the fields, in other words, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let me put another one down since that one's expired too. I don't even know. People have gone and figured out the ratios of you know, what percent, you know, how many buildings per, like for example, you know, for every wheat field you need 2 of these, for every that, you know, they've figured a lot of that out, which is really handy. But I've kind of intentionally not looked it up to kind of see how good I can get, or how much I can figure out just by myself. But to be honest, you can just kind of look at my town and see that I'm not very good. Normally what I do with a lot of RTS is the reason I like them so much is because I can poke around and take my time. The good ones allow you to take a lot of time without being completely destroyed, and then you know, just kind of stumble my way through it. Let me see how many people I have in my thing here. I only have 11 dudes. See, I need more guys to conquer more. See my barracks. I don't think I can build any at all. No. Because I need fur. Caroline in the chat room says, so far the game plays more like the Impressions games, City Builders, Zeus, Pharaoh, and than the Age of Empire series. More economy and resources management than combat. Which I'm lucky. I'm glad for. I don't like a lot of combat in my RTSs. I think that what happens a lot of the time in an RTS. I mean, if you look at real life, for example. I mean, I'm not talking about every area of the world, of course. But if you look at, like, say, let's say at a medieval period place, whatever. You know, you know, like a real castle, whatever. Yeah, it was really a scary time. There was a lot of blood and carnage and stuff like that, but it was very costly to go to war. You couldn't just go and just conquer people without losing. You know, you had to take all your young men and boys and form an army, and you had to go, you know, march off to your own death possibly. It was a very risky maneuver. So a lot of RTSs don't really take that into account. What they do is just make it real easy to build up you know, for 1 or 2 guys to build up an army and just go destroy everybody. So the really good ones, I think, concentrate less on defeating people and more on trade, management, stuff like that. And if you slowly do build up, because this one here is hard to build up an army. I've got 11 guys now, and I just had 16 and I lost 5 when I conquered another one of these bandits here. So it takes a while to build up your army here. So it's not something that you don't just throw your army away. In other words, you really got to be careful about it. And I imagine that if you ever did build up a massive army, I haven't done this yet, but I'm wondering if, and I'll bet you that to even march that army somewhere or to go to war, quote unquote, would cost you enough that it would be enough of a deterrent itself. I wonder if he's planting more trees, or is he just, why does he keep walking down there? See, he just planted one here, which created 3. Let's see here. And it tells you here, storehouse, work yard, 54 seconds, 2 minutes. Production time, 2 minutes. Uh-oh, one of my wheat pots. See, so something to do with the proximity to the storehouse is going to be. Let's see if maybe what I can do is, I don't think I can build another storehouse. I don't think I have enough. Let's see if I can build another one closer to him. Maybe that would help him out a bit. Let's see, where's my storehouses? I can. So let's see if that helps. My little pop-up keeps disappearing up here to... There we go. To give a little... Let's just instantly complete it here and see what happens. Okay, so there's my storehouse. Let's see if that cut down on the time at all. I don't know. I see, this is what I'm a little bit confused. I've heard that proximity to things they need will actually affect. So if this firwood forester needs is taking his time, his damn sweet time, to go down to this storehouse down here, I've built one closer, and I wonder if that's helped, or do I only need one storehouse? Like if I was to wreck this storehouse, would it affect these guys? You know what I mean? So it's a little bit confusing. I'll need to figure that out. On the forum, supposedly there's a lot of guides and stuff. I don't like reading a guide or a walkthrough type thing. I don't mind getting some advice, but it's a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to know the difference. You know, you've got to be a little bit careful. It's kind of like spoilers during a movie. See, there's some words. See where he goes. Some words popping up. I got 3 there and 3 there. So slowly it is happening. I think Carolina was right in that I need to build some foresters, or at least have the ones I have now, and just let them build up a ton of trees and then come back. See, there's a forester right there. See what he's got. He's got 5, 0, 1. So it's slowly building up. I'm going to crush production on everything else, of course, which is, you know, going to mean that the citizens will probably revolt on me or something like that. What's really weird too is I had a way to make fish cakes, and I just can't remember how that was how I was making those. Here's a trader. What is it? Oh, this is kind of the virtual currency in the game. Basically, you can buy these. Now they've disabled the ability to buy these little ruby things, but later you'll be able to buy them, and then you can actually literally buy more stones or whatever you need to do. So, see, I don't have enough right now. So a lot of these games, I've seen them do that, where you're able to either buy goods or actual. Oh, that one's exhausted. So let me plant another. Or you know, production items, and so that's a little bit controversial. Me personally, I see no problem with it at all. A lot of times it depends. It kind of depends on the price and everything too, as well. Go ahead and speed that up. Everything is really nicely animated, though. As the wheat fields get used, they'll actually grow and fall. That little windmill here you can see is animated really nice, and I've zoomed in. You can see all these little details, so I imagine it just gets more detailed. Somebody came along to my bakery, it looks like, and made and buffed me. It looks like. So you can go to your friends. In fact, my friend Carolina here, I'm going to go to her town. Let's see if I don't think I have any buffs on me, though. Oh, look at her. Now, see, she's laid out little roads, and it's all organized and pretty, and it's just, you know, it's just the perfect little town. It makes me sick. Look at this. She's like, oh, I'm going to make a little perfect little town. I don't think the roads actually help speed up anything, but it doesn't stop her from actually doing it. You know, I imagine that she's eventually going to have little Christmas trees and possibly some decorations. Maybe some pink bows, or, you know, festooned. Is that the right word? Let's say festooned around her town. I have no buffs to give you, Carolina. I'm sorry about that. But see, I haven't even built any roads. See, what I'm thinking I'm needing to do is she's got all these little foresters to work. See, I'm going to copy her. I'm just going to copy her. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, her Carolina actually is, her town, Carolina's town is actually pretty cool. And that's not really that fair, that hers is cooler than mine. I work for Massively. I'm live streaming right now. She's not the one live streaming, and her town is much cooler than mine. It's just not cool.
Does she know who I am? Carolina, do you know who I am? That's a joke, by the way. Ah, you got a red exclamation point, Carol. Haha, you're not so perfect anymore, are you? But see how she's got it arranged? I'm wondering if I need to do that. See, I'm going to go back home now. Thanks, Carolina. You made me depressed. So let's go home. Now look at mine. Let's compare her organized, wonderful town to my just like beat up, no roads, no schools, no nurseries, nothing like that. It's just a beat up. I mean, look, I did attempt to build a couple roads. So that's, you know, there you go. Do roads actually do anything? I don't think they actually do anything. Let's see. Build streets to beautify your cityscapes. Or do not improve the economy. So there's a road there. And then here's, oh, I see, you have to kind of click on it where you want it to go and then stretch. Oh, I see. I was doing it wrong before. That's why I kept screwing it up. So you go there and to there. Nice. Yeah, the spaces, the spaces between the buildings. I agree. Carolina is, now that she's an expert at this game, she's giving me advice, embarrassing me in front of the chat room, which is just not good. No, but thank you very much. I'll try that. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and my next step. See, this is what I love about MMORTSs. This is why I've fallen in love with them more. I didn't normally like them on like your single player ones on the PC. A, there was nobody around, but also B, you know, they just weren't. They didn't feel very. They felt a little too rushed and stuff. So what I thought would be cool to do, I'm going to shut that down. Let's just shut everything. Let's just shut all production down. What I thought would be cool to do, or what I like about, I should say, about these MMORTSs is that you're able to make little decisions, and it's kind of like you can sit here and just really tweak on it. And you can take your time, and you can strategize with your friends, and it's not such a rushed thing. And now technology, thanks to technology, I mean, you look at this one. This one is done in a browser, done with Flash. There's so many that'll run on any. It'll run on my laptop. Some of them that will run. Oh, hey, look, he's going to the storehouse now. He's taking it. Where is he? Go to the storehouse. Go to the storehouse. Very good. So let's see. Production time probably has fallen a little bit. Maybe not. Production time is the same, but his walking time is less. So that's good. But I like the fact that it's just you can just take your time and do whatever you need to do. You know. In fact, I'm going to throw down another forester, I think. Oh, look, he's suddenly running really fast. What was that about? Carolina, since you seem to be the expert, is this where you think I should put it all next to each other? That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to... What I think I could do is plant a bunch of foresters, get my forest back to where they're at, build up my army, move... I'm thinking of moving north. Because so far I go from about here over, I go kind of in this L shape. So actually, instead of moving north, I should move out into this area here to complete, so I can, you know, have a square shape instead of an L shape. But there is a lot of clan or bandit camps in here that would take a lot of armies. So maybe what I should do then instead is move up north where there's less camps, bandit camps. And that one's pretty hard though, see? 30-30. There's only 2, but they are pretty powerful. And then this one here, so there's some power up north, but if I could do that, 160. Move up north, and I'd have all this stone, lots of trees it looks like, not as many, but I could plant some more. And then use that to kind of surround the middle, and then slowly move into the middle, I guess. That's kind of a good idea. I don't know. That's what see what I'm talking about? You can just sit here and tweak on this kind of stuff and just figure it out. Now, I don't know. I haven't figured out if there's anybody in the chat room that knows and can let me know. How do other players attack you? How does that work? I haven't figured that out yet. Do they choose like your name here and then go to, you know, visit and then attack you? Do they, because it says zones. I'm not sure what zones means. Friends, all. Is there like a world map I'm missing somewhere that would show me? Let's see. Support form, music, sound, camera controls. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of handy. That's really handy in case you don't, want to sit there and drag and drop the whole time. So camera controls are kind of handy. But is a player able to just kind of, just suddenly murder you and then you're out? You're kind of screwed, or what? That's what I'm curious about, and I'm a little bit scared of. Because some of the players in the chat had been talking about, yeah, I'm attacking this guy and I'm building up that, blah, blah, blah. And I just don't know really what to do. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do, though. So that's my plan. I'm going to put everything to rest. It's production, except for foresting. I'm going to try to get some forest going here. So far, see, he's got 5 going there now, where there was none. 2 going there. See him rushing like that again? Why is he doing that? It's so weird. Let's see, what else does he have? 5 on that one right there. So it's getting there slowly. So what I need to do is do that, build up a whole bunch of wood, turn that wood into production to make an army, and then start conquering my map. That sounds like a plan to me, and then I'm going to continue to move on from there. So, if you want to check out this game a little bit, it's unless you're an RTS fan, you're probably not going to know what how enjoyable this kind of stuff is. I don't know if I can build that archery guy or not, but I'll wait on that. You might not enjoy it, but go to castleempireonline.com. According to Kate, who is the community manager, someone I've known for quite a while now. It's a very wonderful community manager. According to her, if you sign up for now the closed beta, you should receive a beta key within like 15 minutes or something like that. So it's not like it's exclusive and you have to cross your fingers and hope you can just jump in and start playing. Make sure that you do report any bugs or suggestions, though. They're really asking for a lot of that on the forums. Anytime you join a closed beta, it's not just a time to play a free game. I mean, you really should help them out and try to report stuff like that. So, but anyway, go to castleempireonline.com, or you can just Google Castle Empire. My name in game is beau-hindman, all one word. If you want to add me as a friend, then I'll be on your friends list, and we can visit each other and have tea. And me and Carolina can plant pretty pink bows everywhere because her town is absolutely perfect. It makes me sick. But other than that, check it out. My name is beau-hindman. If you want to, and look here, what I can do. This is what I like doing. Boop, boop. Since I have you as my captive audience. Whenever you go to massively.com, which is the greatest site in the entire world, you go to MV Guide, which is in this top right-hand corner. Then click on Livestream again, and then click on the latest MV Guide, and it's going to show you. This week was really light. I only did one day because I'm taking this week to actually take a lot of the suggestions and stuff for games that I've had to stream, to cover, to do like a Rise and Shining for and stuff like that. I'm going to take my time and reorganize that at least a few weeks out, so I'm not kind of going, oh, what am I going to stream tomorrow, that kind of thing. I need to have it planned out at least a few weeks out because there's so many games to cover. So if you have any suggestions for games that you would like to see me cover or to stream live, as long as I can work on, it works on the computer, which most of them do, let me know at beau@massively.com. You can also go to massively.com, and if you see up in the top right-hand corner right there above this AT&T ad here, it says Tip Us. Click on that Tip Us, and then you just fill that out with, let's say, a suggestion, a game, so whatever. Hey, I have this cool game. Can you play it live? But I haven't got into it. I want to see it live before I buy it or whatever. Just fill that out and let us know. We get a lot of our great tips and stuff from that tip line. So anyway, my name is beau-hindman. That's just a little bit of Castle Empire Online. Not really discussing the mechanics as much because, frankly, I don't understand them a lot. But as you can see, there's a lot of strategy to it, like placing your things near water. I guess roads too. Obviously, I've just somebody in the chat room said it earlier. I've completely destroyed my forest, and I'm kind of ashamed for that now. So I'm going to try to build those back up. So there's a real depth to it here that you've got to be really careful with what you're doing. So, but anyway, have a good day. I will see you, I believe, next week. It will be the next time I'm streaming again, next Monday. So check it out. Oh, sorry, it's not available in Norway. Shi Chan. So you might email them. Maybe they can. Maybe they know a way of getting around that, or if it's on Facebook or something. I'm not real sure. Maybe you can. I would email them or go on the forums and ask about that. Maybe they know something. So anyway, have a good day, and I will see you in game. Please don't attack me. Thank you very much.